Hey everyone, I just wanted to let everybody know, I do not know, but my leg is freaking killing me. Like there's a sharp pain going down to my foot. And every time I walk on it, it hurts like hell. So like I was trying to soak it into the bathtub with really, really hot water. That helped a little bit, but once I got out of the tub, it like went back to hurting again. I have no clue what's wrong with it, but everybody knows my pelvis is messed up in my back. So I'm thinking that my nerve is getting pinched in my leg. Like when I do stuff, or like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but might have to go see either the chiropractor again to get adjusted to see if that works, or hopefully it goes away. But literally, my leg hurts really bad. It started hurting, well, actually, it's been hurting all day, if I think about it. It really has been hurting all day. But like right now, it hurts the most because, it's later at night and, I've been doing a lot of stuff, chasing the kids down today. And then we went to the store earlier and I went shopping for groceries because I was out of a lot of things. Food-wise, that is. But now my leg will not stop hurting. And it might end up taking a pain pill because, literally, the pain shoots from my hip all the way down to my foot. And, it sits there right by my ankle. And it hurts really bad. So, if it doesn't get any better, I might have to go talk to a specialist or something. Or find out what's going on. Because it's, really bad pain. And when I walk on it, it even hurts worse. So, I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, I've been in here since probably 9:30-ish, maybe. 9:30 in the bathroom. Because I was trying to soak my leg. Didn't work, but Zoe was in there watching a movie called Tangled. And noticed she wasn't coming in here as a lot. Because she likes to wander in and out of the bathroom when I'm in here. So she came in here one last time. She gave me a kiss. Well, actually, I kissed her on the nose because she came in here, said, okay, I'm going to sleep, night. Basically, that's what she was doing. Anyway, I noticed that she wasn't up and running around, so I just got up a couple minutes ago to go check on her. And she's passed out on the couch. So I took a couple of pictures. I will have them posted on my other Facebook just because my phone was charging and then it updated. So I have to go make sure that updated okay because I took it off the charger. So you'll see those in a little bit. Updates. I know I posted about, Danny being in a lot of pain. And if you could pray for him, well, I hope you guys all have been doing that, and I'd ask for you to continue it until, I tell everybody that, everything's okay and everything. But just keep us in your thoughts and prayers still. And he caught what everybody else had a couple weeks ago. So he's kind of sick, and then his back is really, really bad, really hurting because of where the tumor is sitting on his spine. It's shifting, I guess. And when he moves, it hurts really bad. So if everyone would keep him in your thoughts and prayers still, and if you want to put us on a prayer chain or whatever at your church or whatever, please do so because it would gladly be appreciated. So just, be good Christians or churchgoers or whatever your religion is. Unless you're pagan or whatever, not pagan, atheist maybe. I think that's what it is. They don't really believe in God and blah, blah, blah. Anywho, just keep us in your thoughts and prayers still. Like I said, I will keep you guys all updated on things like that. And Zoe goes to the doctor's next week. on the 4th and stuff. And hopefully I might be able to get some things done. I'm trying to still do a video of something. Well, I have a couple videos I want to do of pictures of the kids and their edited pictures of like 1, 2, 3, well 4. Well, Blazy doesn't have any 4-year-old pictures because we just went through the school. And hopefully this year I might talk to my mother-in-law and see if Zoe can get her professional pictures done, because as you well know, I have one of the really good pictures of me and her in my bedroom, and I want to keep doing that because it, milestones, and it's really good to have pictures of you and your kids growing up like that. And the lady who does our pictures is very awesome. Hey, Kaylee, if you ever watch this. Kaylee Lott, she's a really good photographer. She did our wedding pictures, Zoe's newborn pictures, her 1, 2-year pictures, and Blazy's, I think, 3-year-old pictures and stuff. So hopefully I can talk to my mother-in-law about doing that again, because the school pictures I hated. I will get a picture of Blaze and post it, but I really hate the way the school made him smile. I do not like it. The school pictures were like $36 for a packet of wallet size, and you get a big one and then little mini ones, and then you get the wallet size, and then we ended up getting a class picture and a CD. Well, the way they made him smile is really stupid, and if it was professionally done, then we could probably get really good pictures to actually send out to people, because that's what I got the wallet size ones for. But they didn't turn out good. I hated the way they made him smile. He's like doing a cheesy smile. And usually we can get him to smile really good if she's doing it, because she's really good with little kids, which I'm glad, because most kids do not like get their pictures taken. But I mean, last year when we got Zoe's 2-year picture done, I thought Zoe was not going to cooperate. Towards the end, she didn't, because she had to keep getting changed, and then the mosquitoes were eating her at the end. Because there was a bunch of water there, and it was kind of in the woods, but yeah, she did really wonderful with that, and I'm happy because I love all those pictures. So hopefully we can do that again. I hate the school pictures. They don't do very good with kids, I swear. It's their job, so they go out and just take pictures of kids at schools. So they don't get the understanding of try to make the kid happy. Do something fun for the kid. It's hello, these pictures are going to go to their family members. And so, as you can tell, I'm still in the bathroom. So that's why you get a headshot of me, because, yeah. Anywho, I just wanted to update you guys on things, because I'm I don't know. I like doing live chats because it's fun. And you actually get to hear somebody's voice when they're telling you something instead of just typing, But anywho, hopefully my leg feels better tonight, because if not, I'm not going to get any sleep. And normally I don't get any sleep anyway because of what's going on right now. Me being a worried person anyway, but then it's 10 times worse because of everything going on with Danny, and we still don't know what's going to be going on, if, complications and stuff like that. And I'm just an emotional wreck right now. As most people can tell, I can hold my emotions pretty good, and when I get to a certain point, they just all break loose, because I try to hide them because of my kids, because I don't want my kids to see how upset I am over everything. So I hide my emotions in check. Like, I don't want them to see me crying. I know I told you. Thanks, Joe. I know. I hope I feel better too. And I hope Danny does too, because he's sick and in a lot of pain too. So, anywho, I really hope my leg is not like getting worse, because I know you can do nerve damage. And I'm hoping I don't have any nerve damage in my leg, because I've been in a lot of car accidents, and like the car accident I had last year pretty much did it in. That, and on top of 2 pregnancies too. So that takes a toll on your body too. But if you get into a car accident, then it's a lot worse. And I hate getting old. And I'm not even that old. I'm only 27. Well, I'll be 27 this year. And I don't know. I think this is like my longest my live chat video. I'm not sure. Who knows? But anyway, just, keep us in your thoughts and prayers, because the next couple of weeks are going to be extremely bad. And I'm pretty sure, I think Danny's getting his surgery on the 22nd of April. I'm not for sure, because nobody has told me anything. Because his mom and dad like to keep things to themselves. And right now I am a little pissed off about that. Because it's not fair to me, because I am his next of kin. It doesn't matter if they are his mom and dad. I'm his next of kin. So if anything happened to him, someone would have to notify me. Doesn't matter if we're not together. We're still legally married. We still live together. We have a child together. They need to learn to tell somebody what's going on. Like today, they were like whispering and shit because I was standing there. And that just pissed me off. If it's something to do with my kids, my husband, doesn't matter if we're not together. We're still legally married. We still live together. We still have a daughter together. And it would be common courtesy to tell me what the hell's going on. Because if something happened to him in surgery and I wasn't there, I wouldn't know until last goddamn minute when they come home. That's how it's going to be. And I'm going to end up freaking out. I'm going to end up punching somebody. And then I'm going to end up going to jail because they are rude and not telling me what the fuck's going on. Excuse my language, but still. Don't you think that's rude? They go behind my back, do things because I'm not a part of their family, is what his mom was telling me. I just live here, is what she was telling me in a text message when I was at my mother's house one day and I didn't come back because I was waiting for a package to come. And Blaze didn't have school the next day because I stayed there since Friday, and I told him I'd be back on Sunday because I thought my package would be there on Saturday, but it wasn't. It was coming Monday. And I texted him on Sunday saying, oh, I'm not coming back home. I'm waiting for a package. And they're like, well, you need to have the decency to tell us that you're staying another night and shit like that, because what if you wouldn't like it if we did that to you? And then she's like, well, that was kind of rude of you because you need to inform the family that you live with what you're doing. And I'm like, family I live with? I'm sorry, but I am part of this family. I'm still married to your kid, which I didn't say that. I wanted to, but yeah. I wrote her a whole long ass message because I was pissed. Literally. Wouldn't you guys think that that's rude? Let me know, because to me it's rude to not inform the person who's married to somebody legally still. No divorce papers filed, no nothing, no annulment, no nothing. To inform somebody who's having a major surgery, to inform their wife or significant other or whatever you want to call it, that what's going on. Not last minute, not 5 minutes before you guys leave, not the night before you guys have to go, or, 2 days before that. And I'm pretty sure, I think his dad's not even going to be home that week when he goes in for surgery. And I asked him like a couple weeks ago, like it was 1 week he went to chemo, and I asked him, I said, I want to ask you before, I still have the text message too to prove it. I asked him, I said, I'm going to ask you first because it's up to you. I said, I want to be there when you have your surgery. And he's like, well, where's the kids going to be? I said, my mom already volunteered to take them. And he never replied, yes, I could be there, or no, I couldn't be there. That's all he asked. And I'm like, I'm not going to, push it and whatever. But from what I looked, he's got to be there by 5:30 in the morning. So I'm guessing it's supposed to take all day almost. Because they have to remove the tumor, and then they got to remove his lung. And then, and the tumor is like right by his lung, kind of by his heart, and like on his spine. So like they got to have a lot of surgeons there, is my guess. I don't know. Because nobody tells me. My mom keeps telling me, call the hospital and tell them. Call the hospital and tell them that you're his wife and his parents aren't telling you anything. Well, I'd do that, but the hospital would end up telling them. And be like, well, somebody called here saying that claiming she's his wife and bitching because you guys aren't telling her anything. Well, see, that's what I'm afraid of, because I know they do have patient confidentiality, and I don't know if I'd have to fax them something saying that I am his wife or something, because I know some hospitals, if the person like dies or something, or I've seen it in a show and I'm pretty sure it's right. Like this girl was dying because she had MS or something. It was on Scorpion, if you ever watch Scorpion on Monday nights. The sister ended up getting married to the guy's friend, Sylvester, and trumping out her brother's legal document of taking care of the person if they're medically incapable of doing it themselves. Something like that. And so Sylvester ended up marrying her so he could make the decisions for the girl because he loved her. And I'm thinking that's what it is here. I'm not for certain. And I think maybe his parents have legal rights to him, which is trumps because me and him are married, is what I'm thinking. I'm not for sure. I wanted to talk to a lawyer about it because I'm curious of if I can get them in trouble for not telling me shit. So, if anybody knows anything about that, let me know, because in a private message, because I'm really concerned about it, because they're like putting me on the back burner and it's pissing me off because I'm not allowed to drive the car because I'm not on their insurance. Well, I wasn't on their insurance last year or the year before or the year before that, before we even got married, and I still drove the car. Yet he's allowed to drive the car they got. And he's not even supposed to be driving on those medicine because he takes morphine. And you're not supposed to drive on morphine and other drugs he takes. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like at a stalemate here because I could leave all my stuff here, leave all the kids' stuff here, and go to a women's shelter. But I don't want to do that because then I'd be defeating the purpose of promising him that I wouldn't leave. But maybe if I left, maybe he'd realize that she left. What am I going to do? I know people said do that, but I don't want to leave all my stuff here. It's sentimental. You know, I have a ton of movies I bought for myself or some people gave me for Christmas or birthday gifts. And then I have a lot of I have my game systems here. I have the kids' movies. I have their toys. I have my stuff. And I'm like, what am I to do? Like, really? People say, oh, why are you staying? They're treating you like shit. Well, I could leave. But then I think about it, and when I want to leave, something just turns me back around and tells me to stay. Not sure, but every time I want to try to leave, it just goes around and says, no, you're not leaving, because, you know, if you leave, something happens to him, you'll blame yourself. So, because in the past, he's actually tried to kill himself. Like, he texted me one day before we even were dating, before we were dated. We were friends. We texted, that's pretty much what we did. We texted because I never could get away to hang out with him then. This was back in 2010. And, we just texted back and forth. He'd send me, funny pictures, ringtones, and shit like that. And then, the beginning of January, I want to say, of 2011, he texts me and says, if you don't hear from me, I'm dead. That freaked me out because I'm like, no, I've had friends who tried committing suicide too. And I'm like, no, I don't want anything to happen like that. And I didn't know what to do because it was freaking me out. But he told me later that his best friend, Eric Stash, basically called his parents and told his parents that he was telling everybody. And I then stopped hearing from him for 2 years almost. Actually, it was almost 2 years. Because, actually it was about 1.5 years almost. Because it was November or December that he said that to me. And it freaked me out. So in January, I stopped talking to him for a year. And then, in a couple months. And then in 2012, I ended up getting a weird ass message. And he texts me and saying, hey, I need a friend right now. I'm having girlfriend troubles. And it was this stupid bitch, which I hate with passion, who's got another kid, by the way. The first kid she had by a dude that was stupid. Then she just got pregnant again and had her baby a couple months ago. And the dude she got pregnant with got a kid himself. And she's bumming off people pretty much is what she did. But enough of that. But I messaged him back and said, because he asked me if I had his number. And I said, do I have his number? Do I have his number? And the old iPod that I had before this one, I looked and I said, oh yes, I have his number. And I got really excited because I'm like, yay, And so I was so I texted him, I wrote back and said, I don't think I have your number, so message it to me. And then I ended up finding it in my iPod because of the cloud. I had wrote everybody's number down in my iPod in case my phone died and I couldn't call anybody because I don't remember numbers. So the only numbers I know is my mom and dad's. That's bad. And mine. And, actually I know his now by heart. But anyway, so I'm like, yay, I have it. So I texted him. I said, hey, what's up? It's Pam, And so we got to talking, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, I want to hang out because I want to hang out. And then I'm like, okay, well, I have a kid, Well, actually, I don't think I told him I had a kid, or did I? I don't remember. Too long ago. And then he's like, so it was February. February 26th, I believe he texted me. And I texted him. And I like texted the whole day. Then I got a new phone a couple days after that. And I'm like, I'm going to get a new phone. So I can't text right now. So I was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. So then the first time we met was in March, I believe. Yeah, it was, I believe, March. And my dad took a half day that day. And I didn't know. I was supposed to clean something. Katie got me in trouble because we were supposed to hang out. Katie got in trouble, got me in trouble, and then him and her left, meaning Danny, because Danny pulled up right after I got in trouble. He pulled up. She had to leave with him because my dad told her to leave. So they pulled away, and I'm like, fuck, I wanted to go hang out, you know. And so I was like, shit. So I had to clean the yard, because that's what I was supposed to do, was pick up the trash around the house. And I was like, damn it. So she ended up texting me saying, sorry I got you in trouble, or trying to sneak out later, or something like that. And so I kind of snuck out of the house, acting like I needed to throw something away in the trash. and stuff. So I like kind of lied and said, you know, Jen's out here. I want to talk to her. So I talked to Danny and Katie for a little bit before I like literally had to go back inside. And so I was like, I have to go. But he showed me his really bad foot that he hurt back in August of 2010 or 2011. And I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible looking. And then after we texted. Well, before that, they went to go see our best friend, Timmy Coates, who sadly passed away that year, like a week after that, and it was really bad. And the day after he passed away, me and Katie were hanging out. My mom left and Dad left. It was like March 10th. And so me and her were hanging out at the park because I was bored. Well, first I went to her house. I walked to her house, met her halfway. Then we walked to her house and to the park. To the house and then to the park. And then we're like, we're bored. What are we gonna do? So we called up our friends and like, what are you guys doing? You know, because we were bored. So then I called my mom. My mom, I think we walked back to my house. No, we had my mom pick us up. And then we went to Gordonmore Park. And I'm like, okay, you know, I really want to ask him out. I had it typed on my phone. Like, will you go out with me? And I couldn't send it for the life of me. So Katie grabbed my phone and sent it to him. And I was like so bad. I was like freaking out because I didn't know what he would say. At first it was kind of a joke just to see what he would say. And then I'm like, I really want to do this. Because I was like, just got out of a bad relationship with my son's father. And I'm like, you know, I really like him. I don't want to lose him again because when I first lost him, I don't know. It just, something hit me and I was like, okay, just lost a friend. He doesn't talk to me anymore. And I was like curious of what happened. And like, I kept asking our friend Nathan, which is not our friend anymore, sadly. And I kept asking him, I was like, hey, how's Danny? You know, how's Danny? And everything. And he'd say, oh, he's okay. He lives in blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And then, you know, I'm like bummed because I was like, I missed his text because he always sent me weird crap. Him and Nathan always sent me weird crap, I swear. When we first all started hanging out, we'd always send each other weird shit. And that's one thing I miss about that. We always send weird pictures to each other. And, like, we started going out, and it was like, man, I really like this guy. You know, he made me happy. He made me forget about, you know, what was going on with me and my ex. And I know, sorry, Alex, if you actually watch one of my live videos. Sorry to throw you out under the bus. And I mean, he was real sweet. He was kind. I mean, he didn't take me for granted. And I mean, you know, I didn't know what else to do, you know, but before, like, it was a couple days and I was like, okay, instead of not taking my son with us, because I always had my mom watch him for a little while at like nighttime because she didn't care. And for the longest time, like we hung out without Blaze. And like one night, I was like, my mom's like, no, you have to take him because me and your dad are doing something. I'm like, okay, fine. So I took him with us, and I was a bit iffy on, letting him meet Blaze because I'm like, what if we don't work out? What if Blaze gets attached? What if, something doesn't work out, and I was weighing my options, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm a new mom, get into a new relationship. I don't know what to do. So, but the first time I saw, because I had to go to the bathroom one day. We were at the mall, by the way, and because we didn't know where else to go. We didn't have any money, so we were just chilling at the mall. Me, Katie, and Danny. Yeah, well, and Blaze when he was a baby. He was about 2 months old actually, and we were at the mall. It was after our friend's funeral and some other. Actually, I think it was that Tuesday after Timmy's funeral. Because first we wanted to all go hang out. Then my mom's like, no, you got to come back and get him. And I'm like, okay. So then we had to go to the mall because what was there to do that day or whatever, I think it was. Maybe it was the next day. I don't know. It was one of those days after Timmy's funeral. And we were at the mall, and I had to pee. I wasn't going to take a 2-month-old baby in the bathroom because I didn't want to, deal with that at the moment. And he was there, sitting by himself. Well, because Katie wanted to come with me, and so I'm like, here, hold him. I literally gave Blaze to Danny. I'm like, here, hold him. He's not big on crying. If he cries, he's probably hungry or wet. So I like ran off to the bathroom because I really had to go. So I got back. We got out of the bathroom, and just seeing Danny with Blaze, that just melted my heart. I don't know why. Something was just telling me, he's the one. Don't screw it up. Because usually when Blaze was being held by someone he didn't know, he was literally asleep or had his eyes closed. But every time Danny had him, he was awake, smiling and awake. And I'm thinking, okay, this is just strange. Well, another hint gave me is my cat, rest his soul, Max. That gave it away too, because a couple months into me and him dating, Max just started coming to him. Like he'd jump into the car, because we'd sit outside for a while before I went inside. And we'd sit out and talk. Yeah, I know, weird, but that's what we do. So we'd sit outside in his car and talk before I go in. And my cat would literally jump in the car and sit on his dash. Weird. I have a picture somewhere. I'll get it and upload it and stuff. But my cat would sit on the dash, or he'd literally come to Danny, and it was just weird. That kind of gave me away because my cat never liked anyone. Literally, never would go to anyone. But when Danny came over, that cat would be somewhere around. It was funny. But that gave me another hint that, maybe Danny is the one. So I got to thinking and everything. And I'm like, I'd like to spend the rest of my life with him. And I was, freaking out because I've always wanted to propose to somebody. I proposed in a really stupid way, but I mean, what else was I going to do? But really, I actually, we've been going out for a couple months now. It was December. Well, actually, it was November. Actually, it was September. It was started in September that every night, I think it was September 18th, I had to stay the night because we were going to a baseball game. My first baseball game, I believe. And Danny's parents had to watch Blaze for us. And I was staying the night because Danny wasn't going to, drive to his house and then drive all the way back home, or drive me all the way back home and then drive him all the way back home, because it would be like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so, probably. And so I stayed the night, and every weekend after that, I pretty much stayed the night. Pretty cool, because I've never done that before. Loved it. Because it meant I didn't have to do much at my house, because my dad would get me to do stuff that I would not want to do because they were stupid. Sorry, Dad, but yeah. Anywho, I know, sorry this is long and I'm rambling about stuff, but I just wanted to everybody know why I'm so in love with Danny. Doesn't matter if he hurts me or whatever. I love him because he brought out the good in me. He made me want to make myself a better person, a better parent. No, I've actually did pretty good about not cussing as much, like on the internet, because I used to literally cuss on the internet a lot. If you watched my latest, lot of other late posts, I would literally cuss on the internet a lot. And I stopped doing that. And oddly, I'm getting more into like praying. Like, I don't really pray as everyone else does. I kind of I started posting it on Facebook that I was praying, dear Lord, blah, 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 amen, stuff like that. And it kind of made me think I could, do video prayers, and post them for everybody to know. And, because it doesn't matter how you pray, God will see it, hear it, or whatever. Most of the time, I pray silently because sometimes it's better said in my head than out loud. And so it makes me feel better. I don't know. But I've gotten to where I want to try to be more churchy. I know I don't still go to church because, I don't know, I really don't like going to the Catholic Church. It's just weird. I'm not Catholic. I'm Christian, I'm a Mormon. Even though I don't really go to Mormon church because I don't have a vehicle. And it's always early in the morning. I hate getting up early in the morning. Like Sunday, we were going to go to church for Easter Sunday. Zoe decided to be crabby because she was sick. And so I didn't get to go to church. And it bummed me because I got up, literally got dressed, and then we couldn't go. So I was like, I'm all dressed up and nowhere to go. Which I should have vlogged what I said because it was funny. I'm like, I'm all dressed up and nowhere to go. Because I think there was on a movie or something that somebody said that. But, like every weekend I'd stay the night in 2012 and after September. So it got to Christmas. Well, actually, it was in November when we pretty much conceived as Zoe. I exactly know the time and day. Well, not really the time. It was late in the day, pretty much, at night. But I know the time, or the day. And it's pretty bad, because I pretty much know when and how, and crap like that. Sometimes people don't remember when they conceived their kid. But, like, I remember the whole day. Like, technically, I was house sitting with Danny, and I think his great aunt died. And his, mom called and said, you're going with your sisters to your great aunt's funeral. And I had to leave. And he's like, I'm not taking you home. You're going to stay here with Blaze and you'll be fine. I'll be back tomorrow night sometime and you'll be fine. I'm like, damn it. So I was home pretty much all day that night. Well, all day and all, part of the next day. So I had a friend come over, Nathan. And we chilled for a little bit, and then he had to leave. And then the next day I was home probably until like 2 or 3 maybe. And then Danny came home. He was freaked out because he's like, I'm losing everybody, crying, blah, blah, blah. And then that's how it happened. That's how Zoe was conceived. Danny literally cried on my shoulder. And it freaked me out because I didn't know what to do. Because I've never seen a guy cry. And this was full-blown crying. I mean, literally. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. So we were, yeah, whatever. I'll spare you the details. But yeah, that's when Zoe was conceived. November 7th. Yep. So, then about December, I missed my period, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh crap. Yeah, for all the guys listening, sorry, TMI, but yeah. So then, freaking out. I'm like, okay, this is a leap year. I still have time to ask him. Not knowing that I was pregnant, really, because I thought it was stress because my dad was stressing me out again. But, I thought it was stress again because I've done that before, missed a period and then it came back, whatever. But, not knowing that I was really pregnant, I kind of asked him in a text message, half asleep pretty much, but I meant it. I said, like, I was writing a whole paragraph, and then I asked him, will you, spend the rest of your life with me? I think that's what I said. I don't remember. I wish I had the text, because it'd be cool to see what I really said. But I said, will you spend the rest of your life with me? Will you marry me? And I was thinking, okay, he's going to say no because it's too early and blah, blah, blah. No, he said, yeah, well, yeah, he said, yes, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And then I think I fell asleep. A couple of times he fell asleep on the phone with me and I was mad, but I'm just kidding. No, I actually like that. We'd talk when he got home because he'd call me when he got home and we'd talk and he'd fall asleep. So then I'd have to wait until I hear him snoring or something and then hang up. Because I didn't want to literally stay on the phone all night with him snoring. I think I did actually once. And the phone died or some crap. And I think I ended up having to text him through my mom's phone saying, sorry, my phone's dead. I had to charge it. So in January, he was seeing me. We were hanging out. He took me home. And I get a call. He kind of got mad at me because of what I said. Is the car okay? Because he was going home, and if anyone knows him, he was pretty much speeding home, and he wasn't paying attention and ran into a deer. So he messed up the car that he just got from his parents, because the one car was really bad fumes, putting out bad fumes, and I mean, you can literally smell it. Well, actually, no. I forgot. That car died because of the transmission. Like, we were hanging out with Nathan and we were going to the zoo. I think we were supposed to go to the zoo. And we just picked Nathan up. And, we get halfway to the highway. I think it's, about halfway to the highway. And the car pooped out. We're, freaking out because we got a kid. And we're like, okay, what the hell are we going to do? We have a kid. We can't go anywhere because the car is messed up. And we ended up finding out the transmission went out. So we had to wait. And then we ended up getting a new car and then he messed it up. It was a red Malibu, which I hate the color red. My hair is red and I hate it. Anyway, red cars are really bad. So it was around Blazy's birthday, and I think it was January 4th, 2013, and I was mad because I wouldn't get to see him for Blazy's birthday, and I know Blaze would get mad because it was his first birthday. And so I was freaking out, and I'm like, hopefully you get a car, hopefully, whatever. And so he ended up having to get the old car back. Or, no, his sister got a new car. So the car that his sister had went to him. And then yeah. And so we had to drive that for a while. That's the car my mom has, by the way. It's been in his family forever. Because I believe it was his dad's first car when he moved down here to work for Prairie Farms in Carlinville. Anyway, So it was passed around his family. So we had it last, besides my mom. My mom's got it now. But so we had a red Malibu. He wrecked it. So then we had to get his sister's old car, and she got a new one. And he got to come to Blaze's birthday party. So he picked me up. And then we went back to his house and had a little party there for Blaze and stuff. And it was about February. We ended up putting it on Facebook. I said, why don't we put we're engaged on Facebook? Just to see what anybody says. And, you know, because we only been dating for like almost a year. And his sister pretty much tattled on us to his parents. His mom and dad freaked out, saying, you haven't dated her that long, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't be putting it on Facebook. And he bitched his mom and dad out because he's like, it doesn't matter. It's my life. I'll do whatever I want, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't take it down because I wasn't going to. So we were pretty much engaged for a year, I think a year and 2 months. Well, actually, it was 2 years because if you think about it, no, it was a year. That was right. Because we technically got engaged in December of 2012, and then we didn't get married until 2014. So it was like a year and a couple of days. Well, actually, a year and a couple months, my bad. Well, okay, a few months. So we didn't get married until May 2014. So anyway, I'm going to get off here because my battery just said it was low. I'm on my iPod, by the way. Bad, that's why the quality of the picture's crappy. But if anybody wants to know any more about me and Danny, yeah. Anyway, I thought we were doing good. I mean, we had our fights. Who doesn't? But our last big fight was scary. And it upset me. I literally couldn't be around anybody. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't be around anybody for a couple of days. And then they came down because Zoe wouldn't sleep for them because she wanted mommy. And now Zoe does not want me to put her in her bed. She literally has to sleep right next to me. Like, she'll literally push me out of the bed because she has to sleep right next to me to know I'm there. Like one morning she woke up and like patted me to make sure I was still there. I don't know if she meant to pat me to get me up or patted me to say, are you still there, mommy? You know? Because if you all didn't know, Danny blew up when I had Zoe in front of me. And he choked me literally in front of Zoe when I had her in my arm. Because it was like the day before Christmas. It was the day after Christmas. And it was partially my fault. But then again, it was partially his parents' fault because his mom was saying his sister's fiance was getting a new car and we needed one. We told them we needed a new car for a couple of months because this one was getting bad to the point where it needed a lot of work done to it. And I didn't like it. I mean, got on his phone because he left it. So I got on his phone. He was pretty much messaging her saying, oh, I love you. I don't love Pam anymore. I want her gone and blah, blah, blah. And she's a bitch and she doesn't know how to take care of her kids. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't even take care of your kids. And shit like that. I have all those messages if anybody wants to read them. Then he was saying he would pretty much regretted having Zoe. But then he's like, well, I can't hate Pam because she is Zoe's mom. Pretty much he said he hated having a kid and hated being married and regretted everything. How can you regret something that once made you smile? Literally, that's a quote somewhere I've seen on Facebook. It says, don't regret something made you smile once or something like that. But anywho, I'm going to go because this is literally 50 minutes long, almost an hour. So sorry you guys all had to listen to me. Just wanted to tell you, update and basically relationship story. But anywho, please pray for us. That everything goes okay with Danny. And please pray for me and the kids that something good comes out of all this. Because once before all this happened, he told our friend Josh Kinslow, my little brother, I consider my little brother, he pretty much told him that if anything happened to him, take care of Pam and the kids. And that kind of made me think, well, maybe he's doing this because he doesn't want me to hurt. Like, because before he told me he didn't like me knowing that he was in pain because I was always worried about him. He's like, don't worry about me. And I'm like, I have to worry about you. It's my job. You know, I worry about anybody that I'm really close to, you know. Even if I'm not really close to him, I still worry about him. Just because that's me. Pam the worrier. Anywho, I'm really going to go because I need to put her actually into bed and I need to get out of the tub. And so I will see you guys all tomorrow. And hopefully you all have a good night, good morning, whatever, because I probably won't post another video until tomorrow night. Anywho, bye. Hope you all have a good night. And see you tomorrow. I will have updates again, probably, maybe, I don't know. Who knows if I actually will post. Anyway, bye. Love you all.